Former presidential candidate Mohamed Dida'S family members on Tuesday called on the government to intervene and aid the release of their kin who is currently serving jail term in the United States of America. Dida was convicted in 2021 after he was found guilty of stalking and threatening his estranged American wife with whom he lived in Illinois. Court records showed that Dida was jailed in July 2021 after he was also found guilty of violating a restraining order that his wife had obtained. While addressing Dida'S conviction, the latter's family claimed that Dida unknowingly went against the restraining order leading to his imprisonment. According to Dida'S kin, the presidential candidate happened to visit a prayer center that was close to the estranged wife's home without the knowledge that it was an offense as per United States law. He said this record he visited a nearby mosque to pray, and unfortunately the mosque also happened to be around the area where he was not supposed to be, because Mama Leila also frequently visited the mosque. Commented that on family member, we are praying for him, trying to find a way of visiting him and find another lawyer and be able to help him. During the presser, Dida'S family claimed that the intervention by President William Ruto's administration was the only way the former presidential candidate could get his freedom. The family members who spoke to the press further revealed that plans were underway to visit Dida in prison. The former presidential aspirant, who turns 50 years old in November this year, is currently under detention at the Big Muddy Correctional Center in the state of Illinois. Before his detention at the prison, Illinois, where he had been detained since 2022, Dida was locked up at the Southern Western Correctional Center. Meanwhile, the family termed Dida'S imprisonment as too harsh for a family feud that could have been resolved through negotiations.
Let me tell you, if your father has failed you, it is kind of you, and it is a responsibility to tell, Dad, go and rest.
The tale of Mohamed Dida, once a vibrant political figure in Kenya, has taken a dramatic and unexpected turn. Dida, the former teacher who rose to national limelight during Kenya's 2013 presidential race, is now currently serving a 7-year sentence in U.S. prison. Few could have predicted such a fall from grace for the man who once pledged to lead Kenya with integrity and sincerity. Dida, who famously positioned himself as an alternative to political heavyweights of Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, is now an inmate at the Big Muddy Correctional Center in Illinois. His conviction stems from charges of stalking and intimidating an unidentified individual in the U.S. Sentenced on November 18, 2022, Dida is imprisoned, has raised eyebrows both in Kenya and abroad. Mohamed Dida rose to prominence during Kenya's 2013 and 2017 presidential elections, gaining attention for his conventional campaign style and focus on education reform. He previously taught English literature and religious at Lenana School and the Babu Second School at the refugee camp. In 2013, Dida garnered 52,848 votes in the presidential election, representing 0.43% of the total votes. In 2017, he garnered 38,004 votes, representing 0.25% of the total votes. Despite his limited political success, Dida became a well-known figure in Kenyan politics, advocating for more moral and just leadership. His incarceration in the U.S. comes as a stark contrast to his public persona in Kenya, where he positioned himself as a voice for the downtrodden and marginalized. Mohamed Dida, born in 1975, his father was Borana while the mother was Somali. He was born in Wajir. Mohamed Dida went to Lehelele Primary School. After primary school, Mohamed joined Sabnil Secondary School and later joined Kegumo Teachers College for diploma certificate. He would later join Kenyatta University for a bachelor degree in education. Mohamed Dida also has a master's degree in philosophy and religious education from University of Nairobi. Mohamed Dida has taught in quite a number of schools and has indeed proved to be a great teacher. Mohamed Dida has taught at Sablina Secondary School in the same school he went for his secondary education, Wajir High School, Wajir Girls Secondary School. He was an English literature and religious at Dida'S Secondary School at the refugee camp, Lenana School and Nairobi School. In 2009, Mohamed Abdul Dida ended his teaching career and ventured in business. Mohamed Dida came into the limelight in the year 2013 elections. He garnered 52,000 votes, representing 0.43% of the popular vote. He beat seasoned politicians like Paul Mwite, among others. He took part in the first ever presidential debate in Kenya, where he emerged one of the best. Actually, he was the best, but to the ballot that didn't reflect, as a Kenya has voting blocks that are mostly tribal. After the elections, Mohamed Abdul Dida was appointed as the chairman of the Constituency Development Fund. The appointment would later be revoked after some MPs claimed the appointment was unconstitutional. The MPs stated that under the CDF Act 2013, only the Cabinet Secretary for the matters dealing with the CDF, i.e. devolution, had powers to appoint the chair of the board from among members who have been vetted by Parliament. Dida founded Alliance for Real Change, a archaic Kenyan political party founded in 2010 but registered in 2012. Mohamed Dida became a candidate in the March 2013 Kenyan presidential election with the ARK party. He was also candidate in 2017 election, which was nullified by the Supreme Court of Kenya, led by Justice Maraga. Mohamed Dida is happily married to 3 wives, i.e. Amina, Estol, and Eruka, and they are blessed with 11 children. He is quoted to have said that if he became the president, all his wife would have the title First Lady. Dida also says he chooses whom to go within different parts of the country and for different events. Mohamed Dida picks Turkey when he is going to Northeastern for the knowledge and good communication skills in Somali. For cosmopolitan towns, his choice is usually Etal, whose origin is Kajiado, and he's good in English. Amina is picked when a lot of Kiswahili is needed. Dida, once a symbol of moral integrity and a fresh political voice in Kenya's presidential race, now faces a sharp fall. His imprisonment in the US reveals the complexity of his personal struggles, contrasting sharply with the idealistic platforms he once stood on. His legal troubles began in McLean County, Illinois, where he was found guilty of 2 counts, stalking and transmitting threats, as well as aggravated stalking and violating a restraining order. These charges resulted in 2 separate sentences, 2 years of the first offense and 7 years for the second. Dida'S release is tentatively scheduled for April 2029.